Hello everybody, it's Rachel here from Makers Gonna Learn. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we have yet another awesome video about Cricut Infusible Ink, but today it is more specifically about the Infusible Ink markers that they have. So I love the markers and we know that they're not that cheap. So we have found a competitor, now not a direct competitor like to Cricut, but a permanent thermal transfer marker that should do the same thing as the Cricut Infusible Ink pens or markers, excuse me. So we're going to put these head to head today in a test here. We're going to put the same exact thing. We're going to use a little dog paw here and we're going to draw it out once with these and then once with these, and then we will go through and use some mixed colors to fill in the dog paw to kind of give it, you know, a little bit of more dimension so we can really see the comparison that we're going for here. But you guys know I love a good comparison video. And one thing about this that we're going to have to keep in mind through the whole thing is that this pack of markers only comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So double the markers in this pack here, but one thing we'll have to note is that these are neon colors and these are more of like regular colors. So this one will probably immediately seem brighter, seem more pigmented and, you know, more sharp, and that might just be because they're neon. So I am going to take that into the account here. We couldn't grab the regular colors. I know they do have some. They have like normal colors and the neon. We could just snag the neon. So that is okay though. This will be a great comparison either way. But this brand, I know you guys are probably wondering about this. I will try and link this in the description below from Amazon. These are Artisprix, I think that's what it's called, permanent thermal transfer markers, so that's exactly what Cricut markers here are trying to do. They're permanent and they're thermal transfer, which means they're heat activated, you know. So we're going to go through this step by step, and all I'm going to do is, like I said before, draw out a paw from each of these types of markers and then fill in the paw with relatively close colors, and then we'll heat them on our Cricut Infusible Ink blank shirt that we have a lot of tests done on. So this is our little tester shirt here because, you know, guys, money does not grow on trees and we cannot be wasting a shirt for every one of these comparison videos. So we have this one little shirt here and we're just going to ink it up wherever we can. So we're just going to go ahead and dive into the comparison. So if you're excited, let's jump into it. So here we are in Design Space, and what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and tap our image, and we've already sized this. We're going to end up cutting out drawing out two, but we're going to do it one by one so there's no need to duplicate or anything like that. So we've got him, and what we're going to do is we're going to go right down here where it says cut, and there's a little drop down here. We're going to select draw instead. And then you see all these that you can select here. This is a marker. We're going to be using the Cricut Infusible Ink Markers, and you can see it is a 1.0. And then we can go on down and select even the color that we're wanting to do. I honestly don't really know what the benefit is in showing the color that you use. I don't think it makes a difference. But I think that we're going to draw out the dog paw in this blue here. So we're going to go ahead and select Neon Blue Infusible Ink and apply. And now you can see the outline that it will draw for us, this little paw here. And then we're just going to scribble some colors into the paws and the pads here just to give us some more dimension and color so that we can compare these properly. So once you have this, and once you have it sized, you're just going to go ahead and click Make It. And this is copy paper that we're using. It is laser printer copy paper. That is a thing I do want to mention. But ours is 32 pounds, so we can go over here to All Materials and type in copy, and you can see copy paper 32 pounds right here. So after you've selected that, then all you have to do is hit the flash and Cricut button. And also do not forget to load it in your pen. So what is a great tip is to go ahead and put that cap on the back of your pen there. Open up clamp A and you'll see these little arrows here. You're just going to pop it in and then snap it. And once you hear that snap, you're good to go. So you can close clamp A and press that flash and Cricut button. And now once this one is drawn, you're going to go ahead and unload it. And then once the screen frees up for you, what you're going to do here is you see this here on the screen, and we know that it went to the 5-inch mark. So all we're going to do is scoot our design over past the 5-inch mark, and then it will go ahead and draw our second one right next to the first one, but we're going to be using a completely different pen. You can leave the pen settings on the same setting. I don't want to mess with those, especially since this is not even a Cricut brand pen. I don't want to be messing with that. I am going to go back to all materials and select the exact same type of copy paper we have. And now what I'm going to do is load back in our mat. And then I'm going to take our old pen out of clamp A, pop the cap back on that. And then I'm going to take our other pen. This is a very close blue. There's 2 blues in this pack, and this, in my opinion, is the closer blue than that. I think so. So I'm going to take this blue here, and we actually took this little piece out, and it's so super easy to do. You can just pop it out. This is handy to do whenever you have a pen that might not want to fit in clamp A. So you can pop this little thing out, and what we have done is, guys, we have rigged this up, okay? This is just a big old pile of little washi tape, okay? It's just something to make sure that it's held in here. It was just a little too thin to be in here, so we just added some washi tape to this guy here. And what we're going to do is just clamp him in, and now you can see that he is clamped in pretty tight. So once you have that, you can go ahead and press that flashing Cricut button. And it's that easy. This worked like a charm, and all you have to do, you can just like cut this tape right off there and put the cap back on, and then there you have your marker. It doesn't damage the marker, it doesn't damage the machine, and everything is completely fine. So here we have our paws here, and this is the Cricut brand, and then this is the other brand. And as you can see, I have tried my best to get pens in both the brands that kind of match each other's colors. So we seem to have one of each here, so we're just going to go through and color some of these in, just like with scribbles of each color, just to see the difference whenever it's been heated. So I just got done scribbling them all with relatively the same color, and I do have to say, without having heated these guys at all, knowing that these are neon and these are supposed to be regular colors, they look very, very similar, which I'm super surprised about. So I'm going to go ahead and write a C on this guy for Cricut, so we know which one that is whenever we transfer them, just so we don't get these confused in any way. So now we're going to head over and prep our shirt, but first we have to take our design off the mat here. So it's easiest to flip our mat over just like this and peel the mat up from our design. This is going with gravity. It really helps to prevent your design from peeling and curling. So once you take that off, you see that it is very straight and pretty and beautiful. So now we're just going to cut around our design here just so it's less work for us. Just going to cut around here. And now we're ready to transfer. So our shirt has been preheated, and now I'm just taking my lint roller and making sure there's no lint on it or anything like that. And I did, unfortunately, have to cut our design just because it was a little over 9 inches, and our heating plate on our Easy Press that we have heated up is 9 inches, and I wanted to make sure that we have a good even test here. So I'm just going to take this, lay it down. I really wanted the heat plate to be able to touch every single bit of it, and there was a little bit of excess paper in the middle of our design, so we just went ahead and cut that excess off just so our Cricut, our Easy Press could really get in here with these colors. So once you have this laid down, you're going to add your butcher paper, and once you have that butcher paper down, you can get your Easy Press and lay it down and let the timer run down. Now this is at 385 for 40 seconds. I'm giving light pressure. I'm not giving a ton of pressure, just a little bit of pressure. So we're just going to let this time down, and the heating instructions for the other marker are a little bit different, but we're just going to follow the ones for the Cricut and just see what happens. So now we're just going to remove the butcher paper. and let this cool. You can see a little bit where the paper has came up over here, so I'm not even going to touch anything though. I'm just going to let it be, and we're going to see how these transfer. So now that these are cooled, I'm going to go ahead and peel up the Cricut brand, and you can see how that transferred there. That was a pretty good transfer. I'm going to get us pretty close so we can see the colors here. So we see the Cricut, the colors are nice and bright, and now we're going to try the other brand, and that looks really good too. This is a very good comparison. I really like both brands. There's nothing I like or dislike, about each of them. I like that this is thicker, and Cricut has a habit of doing that. I've done a comparison video in the past with Crayola markers versus Cricut markers in the Maker, and I like thicker lines, especially when we're drawing here. So I do like that these pens are angled and thicker than the Cricut ones. And you can see right there where I didn't get it on the Easy Press, but that is my fault. Do not look at that and start to blame the Cricut product, because it is not. But this was another really good comparison if you're thinking about getting something other than Cricut brand that has more colors and maybe thicker and could be a little brighter depending on your thoughts here. I like the yellow and the orange in this one a lot more than I do in this one, but I do know that these are neon, so we have to take that into account as well. But all the rest of the colors, the blue, the pink, the green, are very similar to the colors on this one, and they are not advertised as neon, which these don't really look neon either. That yellow for sure looks neon, and this orange does. But other than those two, the rest of them look pretty normal. Well, guys, I think that was a really good comparison with these two different products. You basically can't tell the difference, and I really like the results of both of these products. So as we know, Cricut Infusible Ink, these are $14.99, so $15 for a pack of 5. There's, I think, regular colors, and then there's neon colors. And I'm not sure how long these last you. I don't know if you like just knowing that they're Cricut brand better. Now, usually I do comparison videos on things that are cheaper than the original, but this in fact is more expensive than the original, and I know this has double the markers, so let's just say even if you bought 2 of these, this would still be more expensive. So this right here is around $38, and there's 10, like I said, 10 markers in here. Not sure how long they last you. They don't fit in the Maker's Clamp A correctly, so you do have to do a little bit of rigging up there, but if you can get past that and you think maybe these are better quality, or you might think they're a little more bang for your buck depending on how much you use these, it's totally up to you. I just found another permanent thermal transfer marker, and I really want to do a review on it and a comparison with the Cricut brand. So now that we know they are very similar, now you guys can be the judge whether you would like to buy this or this. These are definitely cheaper, but I can't say that I didn't like these colors, and we definitely need to get the original colors in the Cricut Infusible Ink pens to test those out as well to see how those hold up. But as far as the comparison itself goes, it was a really close comparison. I really liked the similarity in the colors, and both of them worked beautifully. And again, we did use laser printer paper, but you actually do not have to use laser printer paper if you do not want to, but that is just what we use, just in case you were wondering. But guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I always love doing little comparisons like this, and I hope that you learned something from it, and maybe now you choose to buy a different brand of infusible ink markers, permanent thermal markers. I can't, use this name for these, but you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you saw this, comparison, and you decided to buy these instead of these. But honestly, whichever one you buy, you're going to have a lot of fun. I'm just here to compare and show you guys and teach you guys all that I can. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave those down below, and I will do my best to answer them. I enjoy reading all of your comments. They crack me up, and they make my day. And please, guys, give this video a like as well. And if you like this cute little paw that we have, not color it in, because That was my job. But if you liked our paw and you want to see more of our paws and things like that, we have over 1,000 digital cut files for every single season of life, every holiday, every occasion you can think of, and over 200 fonts, a members-only Facebook group, a free commercial license, and so much more over at Makers Gonna Learn. And if you have a die cutting machine that works with SVG and PNG cut files, then you should become a member. Click the very first link in the description below to learn all about it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!